Hey everyone, I am doing the YouTube Pagan 2019 challenge for the ABC Miss. I'm starting with D, um, mainly because I'm coming into all this really late. Well, I guess 2 months late, but D works for me because that's somewhere that I wanted to explore anyways. I'm going to be talking to you about my goddess, Danu, who is a Celtic goddess, actually a very old Celtic goddess. She's said to be one of the very first ones and the mother to Irish gods in general, as well as the Toulouse de Lannan. Well, she wasn't necessarily the mother of the Toulouse de Lannan so much as a helper, somebody who taught them about magic, and she helped them learn new skills. The Toulouse de Lannan technically were a people, a descended people that were exiled from Ireland, and Danu, offered them something from herself that helped them reband, and they returned to Ireland, supposedly on a magical mist, which I think is just fantastic. And the mist represented Danu, the goddess, as she influenced them, nurtured them, and gave them strength. She gave them magic and her wisdom. She's There's not like a lot of stories about her. I only found a few out there, and since she was somebody I really wanted to research in my path, my Wicca path, I thought it would be a great place for me to start here with you guys. She's the her name Dan, the first part of it, actually represents in the Irish meaning of it is the the arts, the skills and the poetry, stuff like that, and that really represents me as a person, as I'm trying to bring my Wicca into my craft. And as you can see here, I am actually crafting. I am making my version, my small version of the Danu goddess, and I really wanted to represent her as a not so much as you can see every detail of her, but as in like a symbolic measure of her elven, fairy, mystical elements. So I mixed some clays together that gives that magical little feel to it, the sparkles and stuff like that. And and you'll see I don't add a whole bunch to her face or anything like that. Most of her detail actually goes into her hair. But anyways, Danu's also associated with Bile, which is the god of light and healing. And of course, Bile has part of the sacred oak. He's part of the sacred oak tree, and that Danu had fed and nurtured Bile, and the resulted union was the birth of Dagda. And let's see. The other thing that I wanted to comment on about that is that she's a very powerful goddess for me, somebody who I can relate to on several different levels, not only for the nurturing aspect, as I am a single mom, but on an aspect of the arts and skill and knowledge, because I'm always seeking to learn. I'm always wanting to find out more, to explore more, and I'm hoping that I will actually find more information about Danu as I progress through my path in Wicca. And I think my path is going to start veering heavily more towards the Celtic Wiccan path. She's somebody who, well, I guess she's a goddess who resonates with me on a level that is harder for me to explain, maybe because I'm so new to all of this. But as I get better and stuff like that, I might update my information on Danu. I do know that there was some things named after her in Ireland. She she has another spelling of her name, which is Anu, and they had the paps of Anu and Kerry, and I do believe that they represented it because it looked like it resembled breasts. The whole thing resembled breasts. So the only problem is that I didn't really find. I think it's a river, but there's nothing that said specifically that it was a river. But I think that's what it is. But that also like pulled into the idea that Danu is part of fertility, or at least has a fertility aspect. I do think that Danu has two sides to her, the good side and the bad side, and I think that's true for most people, and especially for me. I have both of those sides, and I don't know that I want to explore my darker side so much, but I feel like I have to respect my darker side in some things, and having a goddess who has both, you know, like the dark warrior aspect as well as the nurturing, gentle aspect really goes well with me, because I feel like I'm a warrior in some ways, as I've overcome a lot throughout my life, and I'm still overcoming a lot of things that are harmful to me spiritually, and that's how I got started on my Wicca path. I mean, technically it started with my art, but the resonation, the feelings, all of those things came because I've been through all of these things. And I kind of feel like Danu, if I had to impose, if I could, I mean, if I was imposing my own self-reflections on what I know about Danu, I feel like she's an influencer. She's somebody who already gone through her hardships and imparted what she learned to this set of people that were lost, and she brought them together and made something more out of it. And since this is my spiritual journey, I feel like I'm doing the same thing with myself. I'm exploring myself, I'm teaching myself, I'm seeking and creating and pulling it all into my crafting, which I'm really, really passionate about. And I just love her representation completely. And of course, the Toulouse de Lenon. I think that it's important. Those are the fairy folk. How could I not want to be a part of that? For us to know about the mythology of our god and goddesses. So that's why I like this challenge so much. My video recording for my voice kind of turned off, so sorry if there's a little glitch in there. Anyways, for the most part, that's all I found really on Danu, but I hope to find more. I hope to explore more, and I'll just keep looking and just keep going with that and see what happens, and put her in my book of shadows, and I might even make some more little figurines of her. This one I'm working on right now will just be for myself, and I'll probably use it as an altar or just something that sits on my shelf, so it's a reminder to me of something that I feel strongly about, something that I can express myself in both Wicca and my creativity, and encourage myself to continue to do so and continue to grow with it. So go ahead, watch the rest of the video. There's not a whole lot left. I'm just doing the hair for my goddess, and I hope you've enjoyed listening to me. I know I kind of rambled a little bit. I'm still getting used to doing videos, still getting used to overlapping my voice with videos. This is the first one I've actually done that way, so forgive me of my mistakes. And hopefully you actually learned something about Danu, something you didn't already know. And if you did already know it, well, I hope I didn't botch it up too much either, and at least you had something fun to watch while, you know, you were listening to me ramble on about stuff you already knew. And in the meantime, I will try to come up with some more things this coming month for the YouTube Pagan Wicca Challenge. And in the description, you can find my sources for my information. And also you'll see up in the corners of my table that I'm working on, I have 2 tarot cards from my Shadowscapes deck that I was using to kind of explore the coloring and the different way the female cards looked, to add it to my craft. I really am trying to pull in both tarot, Wicca, everything that I'm learning, and push it into my craft and kind of give myself that extra spiritual feeling that I need right now. So thanks for listening to me ramble. Enjoy the rest of the few minutes of this video, and you can listen to my music in the background, and I hope you guys have a great night.